Oh. The voice crack.
Just make passive noises like that?
Yes. The entire chat is the entire talk that we have before these sessions is just screaming.
Well, the fact that I'm here automatically disproves that.
No, yeah, because your fucking dulcet tones are too cannot be used for screaming.
Turn down that music.
Suffer.
I've got 1 voice level. That's all I got.
You have I have 1 voice level. That might by far that I swear to God, some people would see that as a roast and they would not be wrong.
It is a roast.
Anyway, hello everybody who's watching the stream, which is currently fucking nobody because we are here. Welcome
Who told
to
you?
welcome back to Curse of Strahd with, well, currently 4 idiots, but normally it's 5 idiots. I am, of course, your host, the Dungeon Mistress, and I am here with, and I'll introduce the rest of these people later. Yes, these folks get a proper session, while the Fonda Tales group does not. Do not question it. No, seriously, do not question it. Anyway, it has been a solid week. We will first do introductions, and then we will get into the recap. So, beginning with the first in alphabetical order, on Discord at least.
Oh, me.
No, Clave.
Oh, wait.
Yes, he is third.
No, you are first.
Third in the
Yes,
alphabet,
before
first in the
you.
list.
First in the... Jesus, did I not make that clear? What are you, thick-headed?
No,
numb-
thick-skulled.
No, are you a numbskull?
Well, my
Just about to
bones
say
don't
that.
have nerves, so also yes.
You don't have the nerve to make that pun again.
That is true.
He also doesn't have the stomach.
Or the heart.
So yeah, that's we're gonna we're not gonna continue on with your introduction. Yeah, introduction privileges revoked.
Yay.
Next
Sir,
up,
mute him.
next up is
Me, I am Elfwarlock, and I play Eleanor, and I have a speech prepared. I really think is very fitting for where we're at right now. Sorry, let me stop laughing so I can actually say the speech. I worked really hard on it. Okay. And then again, really the heavens and the
okay.
earth
Yeah.
is a promised land.
Okay. You can stop. Also, you're kind of muffled. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Wait, you didn't let me read the Bible.
Oh, okay. Wait, it's you're reading the Bible?
What?
Yes!
It was so muffled we couldn't tell.
Yeah, I thought you were genuinely
why my
reading a
ears are
fucking
bleeding.
poem.
Anyhow,
Yes, Maeve.
really? Really?
Maeve.
Maeve.
Voyant playing Maeve. It's not that hard to say. No, I'm Voyant. I
Chat,
play
welcome
Maeve.
our
Here we are.
Jamaican. Chat, welcome our Jamaican member, Maeve.
I could just go sleep. I could just go sleep.
Good night, sweet dreams. Nathaniel, and then last up after Maeve is
Hello, I am Justin Byte. I'm just a weirdo on the internet. Uh, I got nothing much to say.
alrighty then. With all that said, I think it is. I should introduce myself first. Never mind. My name is Dungeon Mitras. I am your host. I am your dungeon master. I am the one that all these people answer to. I was picked for this job against my will. Help me! I am being held at Guantanamo Bay. Moving on. Um, Yeah, it has been a week so far since the last session that has aired on this channel, and the last session of this nightmare campaign that I have been forced into DMing. No, wait, technically speaking, I forced y'all to be here.
I was about to say, I got dragged here by force. I don't know what you're talking about.
I materialized here.
Material
As
girl.
someone who just responds to D&D with just hooray, yeah.
When I see D&D, my
Yippee!
immediate... Yeah, I was about to say my immediate thought is,
I meant to say I tried to say if anyone says D&D about anything, I'm coming, even in the unmarked van. Something.
Still counts as being forced. Just because they don't have to actually do anything doesn't mean
I came on
it
my
is
own free
manipulation.
will.
It's still
They
manipulation.
said there's candy in here, and
They-
I wanted candy. That's my free will.
They
I
said
only
that
had...
there's
You got D&D in
Strahd.
this thing?
I promised them candy in exchange for being here. I lied.
They said they had all of the D&D books.
Well, I already
You
own all
have
of
banana
those.
taffy.
I
I was gonna say dice.
have Werfer's original.
Oh
I'll accept
man,
that.
those slap.
It's not the same.
Yeah, those slap. Werfer's is actually quite good.
They are.
I don't know why people... Holy fuck, we're turning into a
I don't think I
podcast
had
about...
it. Let me look it up.
The liberal masses have convinced you that fucking Werfer's original doesn't taste good.
I see it now.
Do you know
I've
those
seen it.
strawberry candies that like apparently
Yes.
all old grandmothers have?
Yes,
I
Yes.
love those.
I
Yes.
have a dish
Yes.
of them in my
Yes.
room right now.
Yeah. Also, before we get too off topic and just rant about dumb shit for like half an hour and don't actually play, does anybody want to do the session recap without Werfer's original?
Bam.
Does anyone want to? Well, that sounds like me.
Never
If
mind.
you want to do
If you want to. If you
I-
want to.
I think Maeve hard
You're a
locked.
little muffled.
I just know that I just know for a fact I'm taking notes. That's all I know.
The only person.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you go then. You go ahead.
I like
But now
bullet
you have,
points.
but now you have to do it in Latin.
Okay. I can
What is
actually kind of
this
do that.
foreign
Give me a
language
moment.
class? Holy
No.
crap.
I'd have to translate it all, but I can read Latin. I just can't translate it on the spot.
Okay.
I'm not that skilled.
Dope.
But do we want basic recap or
A basic recap,
full?
yes, please. I don't need
Keep it basic?
yeah, just the basic one.
Don't need to list the order that everyone came through the mist in?
No, no, I don't need. Why would I? What? Why would I need that?
Maybe
I
it's
don't know.
some sort of prophecy. Who knows?
Exactly. Anyhow, we had a party of people who came through the mist. Great, everyone met. It was fun. There was an open gateway. Maeve was spontaneous and ran through the gateway. It slammed shut. Wasn't great. Kind of spooky. There was a corpse found, the sound of wolves in the distance, a note found on said corpse. It was nice. Next page.
Next page.
I'm trying to skip over what is things that Maeve knows and then things that just happened. Okay?
There's like an entire list of things that Maeve just knows, and then there's like what actually happened.
Yeah, okay. That's what happens when you roll a natural 20 history check and I get told a bunch of things and I write it down and I'm like, that shouldn't be in the recap. Anyhow,
Yeah. Anyhow.
eventually, after the corpse shenanigans and the wolf things, party arrived at the town of Barovia itself. Fun stuff. Went to a tavern bar place, which was called Blood on the Vine, originally named Blood of the Vine. That's fun. There's a really drunk dude. He asked for help with protecting his sister. We followed. And then it led to, some interesting conversations. Someone got smacked and tackled. And then they had to deal with burying this drunkard's father, which is what is currently what was left off. I don't know if that was in depth enough, but you said basic, so I tried to keep it basic.
That was actually quite good. Thank you for the recap. Your reward is a cookie.
I accept.
I accept.
Maeve now just has a random cookie show up in their pocket.
Yeah,
That'd
Maeve,
be
you
rad.
find
She'd
a
love that.
random cookie in your pockets.
I'm marking that in her inventory. She loves sweets.
This is what happens
It's
when you
canon.
play D&D with people that just love taking notes. They will inevitably
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, inevitably everything will just go into yes, so thing happen. Write note, or else I stupid. So yes, that is the basic. That is indeed the basic recap. For everybody that so yes, you currently find yourself. We currently find our party minus the paladin of last time. In front of the funeral home with the paladin and priest, and the priest Donovich having gone behind the church. Fucking hell, having gone behind the church to bury a body. You
Maeve
don't
was gonna
have to
help.
go behind the church.
Maeve wanted to.
Maeve wanted to. All right.
Clave will stay near the front of the church.
The two cool guys will also stay behind the church, in front. Bless.
That's kind of
We're cool.
intuitive that you're saying that he's a guy.
Dear God, assuming
Well,
the
is he?
skeleton's gender.
Okay, but he has he/him pronouns, so
You don't know that.
I don't know.
Actually, it technically has them pronouns. He has the option.
I swear, I can I can imagine you two like leaning up against the wall, like cool guys from like a time when greasers were still popular, snapping your fingers.
That's a
I
good way to
spit
cover it.
in the platoon.
There
Maeve
is
has
no
got to get into
spittoon.
funeral mode.
They brought their
Uh,
own spittoon.
just like brings own spittoon, does not elaborate.
It's the fucking Wild West game where Markiplier went spittoon every time he saw one.
Yeah!
Oh, that one.
West Hunt is
West of
really
Loathing.
good.
Yeah.
West
Okay.
of Loathing,
Anyhow.
right.
Yeah. Anyhow, Maeve,
Anyhow.
as you and the priest and the paladin that was previously tackled to the floor arrive at the cemetery, you find that it is a drab and dreary place, not much unlike the other parts of the church and the town, but still, nevertheless, not any more pleasant to look at. Many of the graves have broken down over time or through attacks or time itself. The ground is dead, though parts of it seem soggy and uncomfortable to stand on. The priest seems to walk through with no problem, seeming to be experienced in walking over this ground, even with the seemingly somewhat heavy shovel in his hand. If there was a gravedigger at one time, he's probably long dead by now.
Maeve
Event,
should probably get in funeral mode then.
hmm. Eventually,
AKA,
they arrive at a
have her
small.
fingers turn her hair black.
Eventually, you do arrive at a small clearing that still stands some remarkably among the many, many graves that look recently dug. The priest throw him, and the priest points to the ground, and the paladin somewhat respectfully lays the body down on the ground, with the sack protecting it from any of the dirt around it. And the priest hands the shovel off to the paladin, and he begins digging. After a while, there is a 6-foot deep hole, large enough to fit a human in. The sack is slowly lowered down bef- before the body is covered with dirt. The priest silently uttering prayers to the morning lord, as even though these will most likely go unanswered. The priest turns back towards you. Do you want to say a prayer, my child?
Nothing quite so out loud. I don't know the man, but I have my own way of it.
The priest nods.
If you'd allow an unconventional use of sacred flame, I would like to cast that above the grave. Not at really any specific target, I just want that kind of holy fire there for a moment.
Sure, sounds good. I have no qualms with that.
You
Would you want to
prayers to the morning
describe
lord,
this?
holy fire. Yeah, it's a verbal and somatic spell, so she does little respectful folded hands in front of her and whispers her incantation for it. I don't have anything specific set out yet, but she does whisper something which would cause that little spark to form in the air, then a full torch-sized flame to be there, and then it would collapse immediately. It's an instantaneous spell, but cantrip. But she knows about the Morning Lord. She knows some things. She knows he was offering prayers to the Morning Lord. So she thought some holy fire would be, I don't know, a welcome sight.
Oh, sounds good. The priest claps his hands together and seems to bow before the flame. There's a sort of sign of respect to it. Then he turns around, and he and the paladin both begin heading back towards the place or the front entrance. In the meantime,
forgetting that she turned her hair black.
I see. Yeah. In the meantime, Nathaniel and Clave, what were you two doing?
Good question.
Clave stayed back because he didn't want to watch someone get buried. So I don't know why. Sticking in pairs, I guess. So where are you from?
Because that's the same for you.
I mean,
I
you're not
come
going to get much of an answer. I don't remember much.
I come from a long line of traveling distant lands. Over the hills, under the river, through the woods. And somehow made it here. I'm on a mission to get revenge.
Seems we have something in common.
Someone took something from you, I assume?
I think it's quite obvious what happened. I think.
Right.
You know.
I can't believe I can't believe myself. I completely forgot. Should have been obvious.
Yeah, that's kind of dead here.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think I miss being alive.
Oh,
Not
dear
too
God.
much, though.
I mean, do you feel different from being alive than whatever state you're in right now?
Other than I don't feel hunger, thirst. I don't get tired that often. I don't
I can
have
think of a few friends that
feeling.
kind of would wish to be in your situation. Sleeping, staying awake hours into the night. It's a luxury.
Not when the only thing that you have to do is think. Quite a lot of thinking. Only
Seems
thing to
good.
do.
Teaches a lot about your character and your resolve.
Huh. Speaks to what character I have. I don't know what character I have. I'm just going with the flow at the moment. Just kind of ended up here, you know.
I'm just a dude, a silly little guy.
I'm just a bony little guy.
Two cool guys sitting in the church, sunglasses on.
6 feet apart.
Eventually
They ain't gay.
eventually the little burial group comes back. The priest seems like he's just kind of trying to get things done. I do want to ask, how long are you gentlemen planning on staying here? I know this is not all of you, but
I'm only here if the group's done to leave. And what the group goes.
mm, I see. And you, my undead friend?
Oh, I guess I'm just wandering around, not really doing much.
Hmm.
I'll find something to do.
He then turns to Maeve. I want to ask the same of you.
I'm going to find a way back home. But
Hmm.
first, I'm gonna help a man protect his sister.
Good, good. Uh, he seems to pull out some sort of pocket watch. It looks old and rusted, barely functioning actually. And as he pulls it out, uh, he seems to look at it and like stows it. Well, that will have to come later. The night is fast approaching, and we do not and you do not have much time. Strahd minions come at night, but they are powerless to enter our lord's house. Please do stay inside. The fuck selected one too many. The priest begins to wander inside, accompanied by our lovely paladin.
I would certainly appreciate it.
Uh, Eleanor. In the meantime, what have you been doing inside the church?
Eleanor and Star and Eleanor has been looking around the wreckage, and she really seems suspicious because the outside doesn't look to have the same amount of damage. You know,
Uh,
and
the siblings don't seem to mind you prodding and poking around.
Eleanor's gonna look at Irina and say, "Yes, do you not think this is strange?"
To be honest, I don't. There's not much you can. There are only so many park benches that you can tear out of the ground. Honestly, if you'd had any better inclination than just to rummage around, than to rummage around a church, I would have actually thought you were at the Strahd.
I'm, I'm not from this realm. Forgive me for being less trusting in
Mm,
especially with gestures like this.
well then. Uh, you see Ismark kind of turns his head. You shouldn't give him. You should not give them such a hard time, Arena. After all, they've just arrived into the worst place they can be. Strahd's home. Or a church, depending on which they fear more.
That a jab at my character?
Uh, as that sentence is uttered, the rest of the group comes in, including Priest Donovich, uh, who takes a place behind the altar. My friends, for tonight you can rest here as the hour is growing late. Please do make yourself at home on one of the benches or find a way to keep yourself safe. on one of the benches.
I have some things, so I'll make myself comfortable.
The priest
If anyone needs more
nods.
space, I can be smaller.
He does see. He does like where. Oh, the door's already closed. Great. So are you all going to sleep? Take a big nap?
Maeve is gonna set up her bedroll at least and get ready. Unlike some people, she does need a full night's sleep.
I
I'm
forget.
going to like. Oh,
I forget. Do I need sleep?
I believe you
Vampires, I
do.
do believe need them. I can check. I've got it open now.
uh,
Yes. Their only deathless nature thing is not needing to breathe, but they still need to sleep normally.
Okay.
I'm going to do the stereotypical cowboy thing. Just lay down, just have my head, hat tipped down to cover my face.
This
So
is
I rest.
alrighty then. As you
Clave
all.
will.
Oh, sorry.
He only needs. He tech. He can. He needs 4 hours of actual rest for a long rest, but for those 8 hours, he still. So he'll be like half awake for the long rest.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As you all go and do the big sleep, uh, you might stay up for a while, but most of you fall asleep. Though one thing does wake you up. Throughout the night, you can hear from behind one of the doors dreadful screams, pounding, scratching, the rattling of a lock. Seems like something wants to get out of somewhere, and Donovich, every time he hears the screams, he begins to pray. Clave, you would be able to notice that for the time that you are half awake, that Donovich doesn't sleep at all.
Interesting.
Alrighty. Do any of you do anything?
Uh,
It's another day and a night for me. That's hearing people scream and blood curdling, death defying screams. That's just another night for my character.
as
Chad.
much as
He
Maeve
barely
would like to,
moves.
the last time she did something spontaneously, she embarrassed herself. So, of course she's gonna go try to check things out. I'm not
I
gonna
think
open any doors, but she will go listen around.
Eleanor is probably gonna follow Maeve.
Oh, that's an interesting
I'm
Okay.
idea.
going to accompany them both.
Oh
Please,
boy, boy.
please do move your token to where your character would be. Eleanor's going to.
Man, I thought
Maeve was gonna go check around the front door first to see what she could hear.
The front door seems to be, well, I wouldn't say dead quiet. You can hear these sounds of wolves running through the streets. All of them trying to desperately get into houses. You can even hear the screams of places where they are successful. But the screaming from wherever it is, as another one strikes through the silence, you can hear that it's close, coming from what on the map is the right-hand side.
That's where she's gonna try to listen through the doors next, I guess. Just to see if what's closer.
As you listen through the door, it's the right one. You hear the screams, the rattling, the banging. There's something in there. The door even seems to be somewhat unlocked.
Eleanor's gonna try to get close to Maeve and whisper, "Are you armed?"
Always, for the most part. I was gonna say she's going to kind of just instinctively cast Shield of Faith on herself.
We got your back. We'll cover you. And go pull out my pistol. Revolver.
Oh. Great.
I forgot my own gun, okay?
If you want me to open the door, I'm okay going first, but I do get jumpy. Does it sound like there was any kind of, like, spoken language coming through at all?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Could be worthwhile to give me a second to cast another spell? Just in case we hear something. I don't know what everyone understands, but
I know a lot of common languages like Dwarvish and Elvish, but also Goblin, Orc. That's all the languages I know.
I have a way
What
to
was the language?
understand any language.
What was the language? I know a few.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Goblin, and Orc.
That's the language. That's a lot of languages, jeez.
I know mostly uncommon ones.
I get a lot from my
Celestial and
half-elf background, as well as my ranger and my regular background. Yep, dog's barking, hold on.
I know mostly uncommon languages, but I'm just in case it's something that no one understands, if there is anything spoken down there, I could prepare something so that I can.
I assume in my half-asleep state, I'm also hearing them just talking about, hey, should we open this door that there's very obviously something behind this door that we shouldn't let out?
We're discussing.
So, are you gonna open the door?
I haven't really gotten an answer yet.
We should ask the door's permission. Does the door want to be opened? That's the real question.
Let's ask the door for consent.
Ask the priest first, maybe.
That's a smart idea.
Maeve is enough of it. She's gonna go over to the priest.
Eleanor's gonna be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you actually gonna try and stop? I mean,
yes." Oh,
if you make any move towards her, I'm just gonna say her hair's gonna turn white. Because why not?
Heretic.
Well, Eleanor's gonna whisper, "Why are you asking him? I mean, think about this.
No,
This for
seems
a
like a
second.
better idea than just opening a door.
And you don't think that, something strange behind the door in the church he owns isn't suspicious?"
Of course I think it's suspicious, but also, he's been very hospitable so far, and I don't want to disrespect
This could be a trap This could be a trap. It's best we keep quiet about this so we don't get murdered, especially with some of our companions asleep.
I don't think asking about a sound is a bad thing.
You don't know that. We're not from this place.
Fine.
We don't know.
She's gonna go try the door.
Oh, jeez.
The gremlin in me really wanted to just interrupt the conversation, just kick down the door.
They're like, fine, I'll go open the door, and he's just like, bah!
But can I do that actually?
You
Ow.
can.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
I'll
The
move my
door
token back.
the door swings open as it was not really locked. The priest looks up, and you can hear an audible "No, no, 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 no!" as he like doesn't run over, but he like speed walks over.
I guess my character's gonna be waking up from that. Well, I guess he was always awake. He's just gonna be like, what the hell is going on?
Alright,
And
what do I
Eleanor
say?
trying,
Uh,
Eleanor.
maybe 1 second.
I'm a crazy man with a gun.
I'm a crazy man with a gun. Don't threaten me, bitch.
I mean, I guess it's better that he opened the door first instead of Maeve. Maeve
Okay.
should not be going into weird doors first.
So,
Right. Yeah, in
Na-
hindsight, that was the best option.
Nathaniel, time and
Uh-oh.
neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. The screams of anguish that you have heard all throughout the night can be heard through said door.
I don't know what to make of this. I'll just turn to the others and say, there's a basement, apparently.
Apparently.
Yes, and
well-
you mustn't enter. That is my own home. That is a home of the church that you may not enter. That point.
Eleanor quickly raises her crossbow.
I thought I was insane.
No,
Hold on.
no, 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 no. No.
I'm just going to
What are you
holster
doing?
my gun. Just say, okay, from the sounds that's coming in, I don't think we would ever go in there.
Yes,
Come
Right,
on,
Eleanor?
guys.
and it is best
Listen,
you
everybody has a few screaming bodies in their basement.
Well,
I don't
maybe
have a
for
basement.
you.
Eleanor then and just glares at the priest and says, "Tell me, priest, why is there screaming in the basement? That's certainly not a normal church function."
That is enough. I do not have to answer you by the will of God, Hunter.
Ah. Oh, priest, let me guess, you're working for Strahd, and right down there, are you
I do not
got
work
one?
for the devil.
I'd rather not be
Strahd.
thrown out tonight. I'd rather keep a
Devil?
place to sleep tonight. We
The
can keep
devil.
an eye on one person. It's a lot harder if we go outside.
Listen, Hunter. If I had worked for the devil Strahd, I would have opened the door at the beginning of the night and he would have slaughtered you all. Irina Kolyana would not have been in this room.
Oh, but
I
you're
am
just
not.
probably waiting for.
Why
Could
would
I make an
I?
insight check?
Yes, you can.
Okay, let me see
What?
how good my insight is so I can roll. There we go.
That is pretty good. You can tell
That's
that
six.
he is telling the truth.
He's right. It would be really dumb for him to work for Strahd and not open that door. We're easy killings. Easy meal.
Yeah. I don't know what you are, but finally, someone who gets it. Oh dear. Yeah.
I
Dios
agreed.
mío.
He's going to step out the
Fuck
doorway
you.
and close that door.
You can still
Alright.
hear the
I'm going
cries
off to
from.
bed.
Yes, have that.
And just going to leave the group.
Eleanor
The
looks at the door.
Maeve is gonna wait for her.
Man, I thought when people said that you can rest when you're dead, they meant it literally, but you people are so loud I can't sleep.
Eleanor
fun.
looks at Maeve and oh, sorry.
Not every day you see screaming. Well, hear screaming.
Seems like an everyday thing around here, I'm gonna be completely honest.
True.
Eleanor looks at Maeve. If he isn't working for Strahd like he claims, and why is there screaming in the basement?
Because we're in a church that has a graveyard in a place where things don't stay dead.
Then certainly it is our obligation, and for the safety of everyone here, to kill the undead.
Excuse me? Right here.
Racist!
Oh, don't worry, I plan on killing you eventually.
I will
That's
say,
why.
That
Ellen.
makes
Why
me
I
feel
don't.
so much better.
I will say, Eleanor, as you stand beside this door, you're somewhat distracted by your conversation with Maeve, but as a moment of silence breaks through the room, you hear a agonized cry, and this time you can make out words in common. Father, I am starving.
Be here either. And I don't like it either.
Oh no.
But I'm not
Uh,
good at this kind of stuff, okay?
I will say, Maeve, you can also faintly make out the same words.
But if you want me to, I can check. I have some spells for detecting things. If you want me to go into the room, not down into the basement, but into the room, I will check as best as I can.
We need to figure out what's going on here. I don't like not
Okay.
knowing.
Then Maeve, with her already spooked white hair, will re-enter the room, take a seat, and start ritual casting Detect Magic.
I will say we can skip over the 10 minutes. Donovich, in that time, does head up to the room to check that you aren't opening the trapdoor. There doesn't seem to be any
Oh,
magic.
that's all right.
Uh,
Okay.
it just seems to be a regular room with a really, really fucking heavy padlock and chain over this trapdoor.
The
Did you
Clave
detect? Oh,
would
sorry.
have also come closer to the room to make sure that no one gets killed.
I mean, Detect Magic lasts for a moment. If Clave gets within range, since she's already casting it, Maeve would like to take a peek at him too.
With
You just see him and you're like,
with detect magic, you mean?
Yeah, she just wants to
With
know if like if a risen undead pops up on it anyway.
You can't exactly detect undead with detect magic, I believe.
I know it's not that. It's just more like, can she detect the magic that was used, kind of thing.
Necromancy magic.
Yes, you can
Because
detect
she's
faint
under the impression that
wisps.
Clave was intentionally raised.
Yes, you can detect faint wisps of necromantic magic circling around him.
That is one good test to get out of the way for her, in her opinion.
Yep.
No, she'll look to Eleanor after she does her little check. Don't think there's any weird magics going on necessarily, so that's one front we're safe on. I know some holy kind of spells, but I can't outright detect undead.
It's
But
kind of
I would
annoying because our only
hazard a
person
guess at
who
undead.
our only person who can do that is absent from the session right now.
Is there anything specific about the door, since I should be close enough to see it, about the trapdoor, since I should be close enough to see it at this point?
You would need to get a bit closer to the trapdoor yourself to examine it.
Get it. I mean, I can enter the room. I just don't feel comfortable being near the hunter anymore. Since they said I'm going to kill you one day.
Just gonna raise a point here. After doing the whole detect magic thing, with Eleanor still there, Maeve will say, just because something is outside of standard, what is standard, does not necessarily mean outright deserves to be put down. Clave seems fine. Might be undead, but that does not make him evil.
Can't tell if they're telling themselves that, like trying to or they're talking to him.
Kind of both.
Wait, can Eleanor see Clave?
Yes, you can see Clave or Clave.
Eleanor beckons Clave with her finger to come closer.
Nope. Maeve is,
Clave,
Maeve would start walking away. She was
Clave,
already walking away. So
Clave, you also have my full permission to just flip her the bird and walk off.
Clave isn't that type of person, he thinks.
He thinks...
If I get stabbed, I'm retaliating.
No. Rather, I just want to make a few things clear. The moment you think about going against us, as is my duty, since birth, I will strike you down without hesitation. However, we are allies. So currently, right now, at this moment, I do not seek your demise.
To be fairly honest, I don't know if I would want to turn against you. I don't see a reason why I would want to at the moment. Or later. Still finding my bearing.
Good. It's something we don't have to worry about for now. But certainly, you know the pain of undeath, do you not?
I feel like it's been so long that I've forgotten pain. So I don't know if that's something you should be talking to me about.
I see. You know, earlier, I heard screaming, and I could make out words. A voice calling out for their father, and they're starving.
I'm going to walk over to the trapdoor and check it out.
That you cannot make out concise words. It just sounds like mad gargling, cackling.
To be fair, it just sounds like madness to me.
I know what I heard. And don't you think it's odd that the priest has been dead? Sure, he might not be allied with Strahd. Certainly. What sort of priest would It holds something in the basement.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of priests that would do that.
Donovich comes in the room and like sticks out at one hand. A priest that wants to protect himself and his people.
Explain why the voice I heard was saying father then. And I don't think it's father as in the typical church sort of way.
Ignore that.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Checking my persuasion. Let's see if I'm good. Oh no, I only have a +1.
Oh, shame that Maeve left.
Shame that Maeve left. Sorry,
Ah.
but that sounds like the most get fucked and stay fucked statement.
Okay, come on, let's see if it.
Donovich, remembering your prior insults and threats, shakes his head. Again, I do not have to answer you. For the Morning Lord does not will it.
Screw your morning lord.
Wow. Okay.
He looks at you, and you can clearly tell that this motherfucker is getting sick of your shit.
I have duties to myself and duties to protect the people here. And right now, you're holding information that could endanger everyone in this entire building.
Hunter.
I don't care if,
Currently, you
care if
are
it's
the
some
only
terrorist.
danger that has presented itself in my church. You are trying to unlock the
Hear
gate
this?
to a potentially dangerous thing, as you yourself claim, and you have multiple times almost incited violence again in the house of our Lord. If anyone is a danger to the community around us right now, it is you and your dangerous zealot ways.
Oh, I know I'm a danger. But do you know how I deal with that? By snuffing out.
The one who knocks.
By snuffing out every danger around him, so that at least me, I can control myself. I cannot control any enemies deciding one day, hey, let's go, burn down the village.
Can I ask you, Hunter, a question that has been asked to many of us? Who watches the watchmen? Who hunts the hunters when they turn mad? In the end, all fall. One lives long enough to see oneself become a hero, or they die before that. You are no different.
You think I see myself as a hero?
No, you see yourself as a force of nature hell-bent on destroying all evil. But you are. I am an old man, an old priest. I fear no man. I accept death if and when it comes to me.
You see, at least you have a chance to be given something honorable.
I have done many honorable things, Hunter. Helping you unlock and tell you what's beneath a trapdoor is not one of them. It would be a shame.
What is so against your morning lord? Clave, back me up here.
Leave me out of this. I'm too dead and gone to care about responsibilities or religion.
The priest nods towards you. He seems to respect your opinion enough.
Yeah, I've already paid my dues. I'm dead.
Like like Clave, you're not actively like telling him to fuck off and telling his god that his god does not matter. You're just saying, "Hey, I don't care for it personally."
While they're fighting, can I just like look at this lock and trapdoor and investigate it?
You can. You most certainly can.
just just a little. Oh wow! I can't even see the fucking lock. God
So
damn it!
your eyes suddenly become very, very hazy as you look at this lock.
I don't have eyes.
Yes, that's the problem. Suddenly, it looks like a frog.
Why is there a frog here?
Eleanor's gonna look at the lock. Do I have to roll an investigation now?
Yes, you have. You have to.
Please tell me they
Oh,
also think it's
God.
a frog. No.
Please.
Yes. So Eleanor, please roll.
Oh my god.
Perceive the frog.
Okay, they do not
Oh, it's
perceive
not
a
a
Yeah.
frog.
frog.
Eleanor, this is a very, very sturdy chain. It's a bit rusted. It's a bit well, it's not in the best shape. The lock seems to be, but it seems to be holding up, and so does the lock.
This is a very
Why are my dogs
quiet
going?
frog.
Eleanor's gonna go near Clave, stare at him, and be like, "Where do you see a frog?"
It's right there, the silver frog.
I find it funny that just a moment ago there was like a heated debate on let us into the fucking basement, and now it's Clave. Why do you see frog?
And
You know,
Eleanor's gonna look at Father Donovich and then ask,
this.
"Are there drugs that can affect a dead here or something?"
No, you really are stupid for a monster hunter. I am sorry, but by the name of the Morning Lord, just go to sleep. The March of the Dead will soon begin. I would not want to be awake for that.
Eleanor then whispers to Clave, "We will open this later. You're now my accomplice, by the way."
Why would we want to open a frog?
So the frog doesn't kill us in our sleep or later. Or the priest might be a cannibal. Who knows?
I've seen quite a few killer frogs. Deal.
Deal. Are you? So what are you gonna do?
Okay, so we'll need to bribe Maeve to distract the priest, or you can distract the priest. But I'll need your strength, though, to see if we can force it open.
It is worth noting Maeve wears her heart on her sleeve, or, well, her skin. I mean, her hair was spooked white, but she still did things when you asked her to, so it's possible.
I feel.
Let's get the cowboy in this, too. His guns managed not to open this door. Because of you, so it breaks strength, doesn't.
I doubt you'll be able to get the paladin to help. They seem fairly religious.
The paladin is just in the corner of the room somewhere. I don't have him actually placed there. I think he's on a bench. He's on a bench just in a catatonic state.
I don't know why, but an image popped in my head of when Clave is like asleep, in quotation marks, instead of like the stereotypical cartoon snoring noise, it's just lickety clacks of his teeth going.
Just going.
Just like a
tick 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 tick
Are they shivering? Like he's got the teeth clattering, like shivering thing going on.
Yeah.
So, or well, just the main thing is distracting the tree, thinking Ismark and Irina out of the field of danger. But I'm sure they can be convinced.
I don't know. I'll help you people. I've got nothing else to do. This may
Yeah.
end out bad. I hope it doesn't.
I'm bored enough to do this. Let's try.
He's been alive for 300 fucking years. He can barely remember his original name. Yeah, he's bored.
I'm bored as shit. This sounds fun. Let's do it.
I see a frog and you tell me that the frog's gonna kill me. Okay, I'll kill it.
Loads.
Well,
Loads
let's head to
shotgun.
bed. Let's head to bed before that priest decides to do some radiant damage on the both of us.
The priest actually has fucking defensive moves.
Who knows? God. I said that moving on this site was hard when I was using a mouse. Trying to use a trackpad is even worse.
Yes, I know. I have used this site with a trackpad. I have used Foundry before with a trackpad. It is legitimately hell.
I've used
By the way,
Roll20 with a trackpad. I can't even imagine what Foundry will feel like.
weirdly enough,
I've also used Roll20 with a trackpad. That's also fucking horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
weirdly enough, Roll20 is actually easier than Foundry because you don't accidentally pull up your character sheet whenever you try and click on the thing too many times.
The only one who hasn't a problem with this.
I actually want to check. Does this work here too?
By the way,
Yes, I can
if you
move
double
around with
click on your
you
character,
can move around with WASD too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
I
yes!
didn't know that! I'm free! Oh.
by the way, if you double click on your character's what was that?
We immediately found out we can move around and start moving around.
Yeah, it immediately became a fucking rave.
Uh-oh. Okay, maybe this wasn't a good idea. There we go. Back to my character start.
Alright, shall we take a long
Yeah.
rest, goobers?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Maeve
Yeah.
was gonna sleep.
By the way, Clave doesn't lay down on the floor. He just stays standing whenever he sleeps.
You look like
Just
one.
like my brother.
Does he look like one of those anatomy skeletons that you
Yeah.
have in class? Yeah, dope.
He's like slightly loosely standing there.
He puts
Because
a
it says he
fucking,
goes inactive, so he just kind of...
he puts a sword in the ground, attaches a hook to it, and attaches that to the base of his neck and just hangs.
It would be his axe, but yeah.
Even better, actually.
Gotta check. Can I hit the long rest button?
Yes, you can hit the long rest button.
Yay.
I don't think I've used anything that needs a long rest button.
I used a bardic in my free use of Shield of Faith. That's about it.
I just have a gun. That's pretty much it.
All right. Okay.
Maeve would try to wake up early.
Yep. As the night passes, Maeve, I will say, yeah, you can wake up early.
Because she wants time to make herself presentable after absolutely ruining her hair yesterday.
You're a changeling, can't you just change it back?
Exactly. That's what they're saying.
That's what she's doing. But she's getting up, but then she's changing it to one thing, changing the colors this way, and then she's gonna end up back how it normally is with the pink on one side, the blue on the other. But she was just trying
Okay.
things out for a little bit.
So imagine a woman going out to a nice dinner, except they can try infinite amount of combinations and have anxiety, and they just end up going in sweatpants.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what happened, yes.
Accurate.
Most comfortable.
Accurate.
I wonder if she has a pocket mirror. I feel like she would.
Anyway, so that's your morning routine. The rest of you can wake up slowly, one by one.
My guy was awake 4 hours ago.
Yeah, fair enough.
He just decided not to move.
As Ismark wakes up with the rest of you, you hear a long as he
And-
as he stretches a bit.
Clave will start moving again, and he'll just start systematically cracking each joint.
It sounds like someone with rigor mortis starts walking.
Yeah, just.
No, just
Oh, that one felt good.
crack, 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 crack.
It's fucking
Really, the
popcorn.
joint cracks are so good. They feel so great.
Truly.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that Maeve doesn't have a pocket mirror on her and go with the she remembers her hair because she can see her own hair. She doesn't remember her eyes, so she used to have a star-shaped pupil and a heart-shaped pupil. Those are both normal right now.
I was gonna say
She
you could
forgot about
probably
them.
see yourself in a window.
Yeah, she's not gonna go look at a window. All the windows are broken, I think. That they were all like boarded up, right?
I'm not sure if maybe a disguise kit has a mirror in it. Let me check.
I would reasonably
disguise
say
kit.
that disguise kit should have a mirror in it. You have to be able to see how good the disguise is.
It probably does. I will say it does.
Oh, well then. Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll walk over to Maeve.
She has one.
You need a mirror?
She has one.
Oh,
I like
she
how-
has a disguise
never
kit.
mind.
Wait,
He
Three
thinks about doesn't.
is
That-
it just
she's
me or is
fixing her
Nathaniel
eyes
like
again.
every once in a while just completely glitching out?
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
true because if anyone watches Maeve, it really does kind of just look like she's glitching. Weird.
Well, Nathaniel keeps speaking, and then every once in a while he just turns into a fucking robot.
Oh, sorry
I didn't
about
notice.
that. I'm not trying to. Probably my connection is just bad, or my
Yeah.
microphone.
I can understand
Yeah.
that. I just
Let
wanted
me
to
just
make sure it
fix your
wasn't
eyes
fake.
then. Mirror.
Am I at least coherent?
Oh yeah,
Hopefully?
you are now. It's just every once in a while.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
coherent right now.
Just let me know so I can repeat something.
Will do.
Bip, bip.
So Maeve is fixing their face and eyes and hair. Clave is turning into popcorn.
Slave is turning into popcorn. That's my new favorite sentence.
The clavicle is turning into popcorn.
The clavicle is turning into popcorn.
And my dogs are barking. Okay, that's lovely.
I can
So
barely hear
Eleanor,
them.
okay. Eleanor is going to go over to our favorite cowboy, and she's going to point at him. And then whisper, "Come here."
You're really not subtle.
Clearly points at a member of the crew. Come here!
They walk over to them, point at them, and they start whispering. We're going to see that.
do not know how to be
Maeve isn't. She's
subtle.
distracted. Actually, by the time most people are
Okay,
probably
I'll
talking about
follow
moving, Maeve
her.
would have
Or
stopped intentionally.
I'm gonna
What is
follow you
it?
just to see where this goes. This shit looks stupid as hell, but it also looks fun.
What the fuck? Did I disconnect? Or
You stopped talking.
hold on one moment.
Yeah,
I
of
think their
course.
connection broke.
We
Sure.
No,
stare
I'm back.
awkwardly at
I'm
each
back.
other.
I'm back. So, mm, mm. Oh yeah, here's what I was gonna say. Um, okay. Eleanor then whispers, Nathaniel? Yes, that's your name, if I remember correct. There's something going on in the basement. I heard a voice calling out for their father. And the priest refuses to give any information.
So, what you're asking me is to help you break into whatever basement and then attack whatever that thing is. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, it's best to do it when we have at least the edge of surprise. Because, think about it. Why else would a priest have someone screaming in the basement? Not talk about it when
This sounds like a really, really stupid idea. I'm in.
Ah, damn it! I thought someone was gonna have a brain.
Welcome to
Now,
D&D. Nobody has a fucking brain.
I don't know
Look,
why
I'm
I
playing
gave
a
my
chaotic
character.
neutral. I'm playing chaotic neutral character. I get to be chaotic, okay?
now
I'm just.
the hardest part to get this group together is convince Maeve to go along with it. Think you can do that, cowboy?
I could fake an accident. Or a tumble.
I like how I give my character 15 intelligence. I probably shouldn't have.
I have a 7 intelligence.
Oh my god! And somehow
You're...
I saw the lock as a frog.
And somehow I saw the lock as a frog. Is also
You don't
just a
have real
D&D.
eyes. You don't know what happens with those.
Oh.
You don't
I'm going
have
That's a
to need
real
you
weird
to
looking
eyes.
talk
frog.
to Maeve. I'm going to need you to talk to Maeve. Because convincing Maeve and not injuring her or distracting her is a key part of the plan.
Wait, is Maeve coming on the plan or just trying to distract her?
We need to convince her to join the plan.
I don't know. I don't really know her. Then again, I don't even know what she is.
Oh,
Oh, damn it, Clave. Clave's walking off. I need to watch him. Good luck.
whoa! Well, I'm not a fucking dog. Clave is gonna
Okay.
just start walking. Clave is gonna start walking around because his bones are creaky. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a hot bath.
Ismark looks back at you all. What the hell? What are you doing? I'm doing. It's morning. We have to make the most of these hours. Well, the beasties of
We're doing
Strahd are not
drugs.
out on the are not out on the streets yet.
Which guy drunk?
What are you doing in there? Drugs.
Drugs.
Maeve hears Ismark saying we have to make the most of this morning. She like pops her head up from behind the old the church pew that she was on because she was kind of keeping down a little bit because she was still trying to get one of her eyes perfect, but she didn't want people to watch that.
My
She
eye
pops up, she's like,
isn't
I
ready
can make
yet.
food. I can make food.
I do not think it is a good idea to get food right now.
Said I can make food. I have some basic rations on me. I was traveling before I got here.
I meant make food.
I mean, I'm a ranger, so I definitely have rations on me.
I don't think my character should come with rations, even if I did.
Eat.
You
Yeah.
our our resident funny Irina turns around. Oh dear God! If you're going to argue like children, do it on the road. We need to move.
Just offering something to eat.
Yes, I know. Just get your feet in action. You can eat the dried rations on the road, can't you?
Oh, definitely.
Good.
I just wanted to make sure everyone else was comfortable.
I need to and prepare in case I need to use some of my hemomance, my blood curse. In case we get ambushed.
You have hemomancy?
No, I misspoke. Okay, I meant blood curse.
Well, that is nice and all, but really, you don't have to. I don't think any of Strahd's beasties are going to be that active at this time of day.
Why? It just turned day. If
Yes.
anything, they should be more active during this time.
No, they are not. I can assure you.
Eleanor's gonna go up to Ismark and whisper in his ear, I'm trying to come up with a plan to keep us all alive. Go with it.
No, sorry. I am a drunkard. I am not an idiot.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure about that. I am not a noble son. I am not a noble son without reason. Irina,
Well, the reason
anyone
is
who's
that you were born
a-
into a noble family.
anyone who is looking at Irina can see her look of really. For once, I
Eleanor
do
looks.
have to agree with my brother. He's not an idiot.
Didn't you call him an idiot for just bringing people into your problem?
He is my
Several
brother.
times.
He is my brother, and your lot did not seem too capable at the time that I met you.
Eleanor
Well,
looks at Irina.
Fair enough.
Please trust in what we're doing. We need to prepare. If Strahd attacks us and we're unprepared, it could result in everyone here are getting killed and you being kidnapped.
We'll die either
so-
way.
Sorry, but I agree with with the brightly colored one. If you doesn't matter whether you're prepared or unprepared, Strahd's going to massacre you. If
Well, I don't
he
know about the rest of y'all, but it's actually quite hard to kill something that's already undead.
Not as hard as you might think. I could do it.
Listen, listen. I know you're the big grandstanding hunter sort, but really, Strahd's way above your pay grade, and so are many of his underlings.
And for a second, you see Eleanor's hand shake, and she looks kind of dazed or something just for a minute, and simply says, "You don't think I don't know that?"
Indeed, I don't think you know that, and I think that you're just out for a bit of fun or revenge, and I do not care for it.
I have a duty from my clan and instilled into me from birth.
And I am Irina Kolyana, the current target of Strahd von Zarovich, and the only one that doesn't, and the one that that seems less afraid of going into the wild than you, brave hunter. Your family does not matter for shit here in Barovia. It only matters whether you are capable of keeping your wits about you and being able to protect the one that you have been conscripted to protect. You are not a hunter of great legend here. You are yet another unfortunate
I'm not
soul.
looking for glory. I'm
You
not
are looking for a
for glory.
foolish revenge that you will never get.
Eleanor's just gonna fucking leave.
Well,
Someone
Maeve
open
just
the
went to
door.
check the door, so it'll be open for you. Maeve was just going to open the door to check outside, so it was open.
You did not have to go that hard on us, sister. It's just difficult. I know. It pisses me off. That is a fact, and I have noticed.
Maeve is following Eleanor then. Doesn't want anyone to be left alone right now.
Anything the bros
Eleanor,
do in here?
I'm going with Clave, so is the plane still on? Because I'm not sure, but that speech is kind of making me hesitant, and I kind of
Yes.
realize there's no point to it.
Yes,
I
the
am.
pan is still on. There is still a guarantee that we can get through the lands without Strahd absolutely demolishing us. He's. My father always explained it as some sort of game. He doesn't want to kill those he invites, and getting Irina seems to be just prize. He needs to defeat you first, but he wants to make it fun.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, right, that plan. Right, that one. Yes, that Eleanor was talking about. Yes. Let's just walk out.
Yeah.
I.
So, Nathaniel, before you do that, Eleanor and
Yeah.
Maeve, what are you two talking about?
Don't
Oh,
necessarily
they're
think
still with me.
I
What?
didn't
Still with me.
I didn't
Or
necessarily think
that's
Maeve
just a
I didn't
glitch.
necessarily think
That's a
Eleanor
glitch.
wanted to be talked to. I just didn't want anyone to be alone right now. So Maeve is
Mm.
politely staying quiet. She's just kind of there.
they act like I don't know nothing. And if I was here to simply seek vengeance, despite everything, I would come to Barovia intentionally. No, I did not. I did not come here intentionally. I came here. I was simply walking in the woods after hearing about recent monster attacks. I'm not doing this for glory. Yeah, sure, it would be nice to take out that vampire bastard. Sounds fucking nice. But I have a duty to keep everyone here alive. If nobody seems to understand that. And she
They
just
know
sits
that we
on the
were not
ground.
brought here They know that none of us came here intentionally. Well, I assume so. They seem to know enough. It's not that. I wouldn't take any of it to heart. They don't know you.
I don't know where Clave is in all of this because I got a call in the middle of all of that.
Clave, you are with the Kuliana you're with the Kulianas and the priest.
So, wonderful weather.
Ah, please, it is never wonderful weather down here. It
Oh,
is,
what do you expect?
I know, it honestly, even with such a fucking horrible, even with making Eternal Night Strahd could really do with some, with letting the clouds part away once and then.
Well, to be fair, I don't remember what the weather was like outside. I just kind of stumbled to.
So did your companion. It's nothing to be
I
ashamed.
think all of us did.
That's how
To be
Strahd
fair,
likes to play his games.
I'm not exactly sure why he'd want to play a game with us, especially us.
Mm. Well, some say that like gold, Strahd works in mysterious ways.
I
Oh,
think he's just bored.
oh, definitely. He's not gold. I've had. How many times do I have to tell you this, brother? I know, but in the grand scheme of things, he is the closest thing that we currently have in Barovia to God. The priest kind of looks up like, the fuck you just say?
The fuck? Oh, let's see here. God, I remember one god from my time when I was alive, very
Oh, the
long
god.
ago. It was it was some god of the harvest or something.
I see.
It's been so long, it's hard to remember.
Mm. Well, you'll have plenty of time to think about it. I think it's about time to join them outside. We need to get going. Uh,
Yes, I don't want to be alone for too long. That seems like a bad idea.
he turns towards Donovich and gives a short bow. Thank you, Father Donovich, for your kind burial of the father. The priest just bows back, uh, and Irina does the same before they head down to the door. Uh, the second Ismark gets outside, he kind of cheers up. So, have we all cheered up a bit? Freshened our step, eh?
Eleanor's gonna turn and glare.
Well, Maeve is gonna just step in between that glare. Let's just ignore that. Let's just ignore it.
Well then, never mind. Next
Tensions are
destination.
high.
Next destination, the mighty city. If I
I'll
get
say I'm ready for kicking of an adventure. At the end of my head, I think of I want to kick in their door.
Eleanor's gonna
I'm
go over
really
and
using the chaotic part of chaotic neutral. This is my character now. Have fun.
by the way,
Eleanor,
as the two siblings begin walking down a path, they're kind of arguing over how great Valaki actually is.
Eleanor's gonna whisper to Clave, Eve, and Nathaniel. So what happened to that plan?
Well, I'm not sure, but you kind of walked out the church. And plus,
The plan was
she like had a point, and like I'm kind of convinced by her.
I don't do anything unless I'm told, okay?
I told you.
You told me to wait for you, for someone to distract them, and then I would help you get down there. You never distracted them.
I think I was supposed to distract them, but I was like, okay, I gotta convince Maeve. And like, oh, no, she's talking to this person. Oh, no, she left. Oh, no, Eleanor left. Oh, well,
Oh,
I guess
shit.
I'm going.
Yep.
Well, I don't think this plan really had any semblance to stick together, really.
I still don't know why we would kill a frog.
Why are you still on about the fucking frog?
Because that's what he saw it at!
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking throat if you mention a silver
Nathaniel?
frog.
Nathaniel is going to
And there's-
question everything about this frog. And with a low intelligence, he's going to believe it exists as well.
I am going
how
to
Maeve is
have
just
a
perfectly
vampire
oblivious of this
spawn.
plot.
I'm going to have a vampire spawn appear out of nowhere, throat chop you both, and then just disappear because Jesus.
I don't have a throat to chop.
You have a neck.
So-
That's good enough.
He has a spinal cord.
Eleanor, with
I'm gonna
holding her
break your
fingers
spine.
up, holding her fingers up is going to say, "Hey, so, tell me about this frog you saw."
Oh yes, there was a frog on the trapdoor of that room you guys were talking about. It was big, silver. It looked kind of old. It was a very
Perfect,
quiet
but Maeve is
frog.
just completely oblivious to this whole conversation.
What's this doing here?
Why is this frog not croaking?
Why is this frog not being froggy enough?
Why is this frog standing in one place and not
Oh.
hopping around like a frog should be?
Why does it have one eye?
I
So, here's what we're going to do instead before we leave this backwater village. Let's try to find a guard and warn them about the basement in the church, and they can take care of it.
Do you really think there are any guards left in
I-
this town?
I was about to note, in the entire time that you have been inside of the town, you have not seen a singular guard.
Well, certainly there must be a mercenary or two.
I'm sorry, honey. Do you know what a mercenary is? They don't do anything except for money. Oh, what do I know
Wait,
that?
aren't we the mercenaries? Technically?
But are
Well,
we
we're not
getting paid?
Yes, you are
That's
getting.
a good question.
You are getting paid.
Oh,
To
shit,
live.
for real?
Yes.
There's nothing
Fucking-
We're getting
nothing I've
paid
ever
in
noted down.
life.
Look, ADHD me didn't pay attention to anything, okay? It's like, well,
Nothing
we
I ever
are
noted down.
mercenaries. We are being paid for this. Probably not for the trapdoor.
The whole Maeve didn't accept for money, so I didn't note anything down. If you did say we were getting paid for it at all.
I probably just forgot.
Mm-hmm. So,
We'll come back to this place later, okay?
All right.
He's not
Yes,
going anywhere. There's nowhere to go. The entire place is surrounded by fog, and that fog leads back here. And that fog is fog. Yeah. He did not sound sure of himself at all when he was saying
I
that.
absolve you of your sins.
Fog here appears to be made
I'm
out of
stumped as
fog.
well.
If only there was a way we could teleport here. Back. That would solve all our problems.
There was only a way to cast a 7th level spell so super easily.
If only there was a way that I could put down a fake body, walk away for a few days, and teleport back at will.
No. I'm gonna.
Anyhow.
Eleanor, upon hearing that, is gonna leave.
Yeah. Then,
Okay, we all leave.
As you all begin to leave the town of Falaki, the town of Barovia, we slowly zoom and pan out. After this session that was supposed to go onto the road devolved into why the fuck the trapdoor screaming the session. Anyway,
But why it screamed though?
That will be the end of our session, people.
Well, to be fair, the title of the stream is "We Few Idiots."
Yes, I just realized this stream is called "We Few Idiots" at this point.
It's a
Also,
scripted.
what's the better outcome? I mean, we were missing a person, so we stalled. It was totally
Yes.
planned.
Listen, I see frog.
Strahd.
I talk about frog.
I see frog. I talk about frog. D&D player mentality.
Hey, frogs are great.
So yeah, this is the end of the session. Thank you all for being here. Would you like to do your goodbyes?
Farewell, space
Welcome!
cowboy.
Starting with Clave, even though he just said, welcome. Welcome.
Welcome back to our D&D session.
Right, the running bit.
D&D Beyond the Universe.
Yes. But hey, people. Good session today, but also Clave, please say goodbye.
Goodbye.
You were you
Goodbye
have
to
played
your
you
existence.
are. Never mind.
Yeah,
You are Clave.
I've said it 3 times. I don't know what you want from me.
He's a person. He plays Clave. Next up, Elf.
Hello, I am Elfwarlock, and I have played the greatest idiot hunter, Eleanor. And to close it out, I shall continue to read the Bible.
No, you shall not read the Bible.
Do it. Do it.
Don't read the Bible.
Read the Book of Revelations.
I have Genesis
John
open.
5:13.
Sorry. But if you're going to read anything, read the fucking... What the fuck is it called? The Book of Satan?
Beginning, when
That
God
doesn't
created
exist
the
in the
heavens and the
Bible.
earth,
Shut
the earth was
fuck
a formless void, and darkness over.
Well, mute that.
They got muted.
Heretic!
So, next up, Maeve.
You cannot silence the truth.
Well, I'm Voyant. I played Maeve. It was great. I love Maeve. She's trying to stop caring so much because if she keeps hearing screaming all day, she's gonna start crying all the time.
Alrighty then. Last up.
It's me, Justify, again. I'm a weirdo. At first I tried to make a cowboy that didn't too much of a cowboy, and what is really inside of him? Who is really the true him? And now I just made kick door, make bangy shooty.
What is inside
So,
of him, Dick?
What?
What is?
No. Bruh. What's inside of him? The urge to kick down doors. No, itself, right? No.
I was gonna say you went from an edgy cowboy to cowboy.
Remember, class, all cowboys are gay.
At one
true.
point, I thought of making my character gay. Don't. No.
Remember, all cowboys are gay. Brokeback Mountain proved that.
Well, now I have to make it canon. Now I have to.
Anyhow, this
All right,
goodbye is
it's
a long
canon.
goodbye.
Nathaniel's
I
MLM.
do not give me a reason to put a fantasy Ford Rancher, whatever the fuck those big pickup trucks are called, into this game.
Ram Ranch.
Ram. Or Nick Cowboy.
Cowboys are Ram Ranch.
You gotta stop.
Yep.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's me.
Okay.
and I have been your host. I have been Dungeon Mitras. Thank you everyone that has attended for attending. We will return next time with either Fauna Tales or on Fridays, Curse Strahd. It has been a delight having him. It has been a delight DMing this group of idiots and examining a fucking trapdoor for 5 hours. But yeah, I will see all of you next time. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice evening. Have a nice morning. Have a nice afternoon, depending on in which time zone you are. Again, my name has been Dungeon Mitras. You can find me here on YouTube and probably nowhere else where you would care to look and where I would care to write. So yeah. See you later. Among Us.
Wrong.
Hey, Mit- Mitris, are you going to kill me now?
Gay frogs. No, fuck, the chat can still hear me.